Hey friends, welcome back to another flow with me on the reformer. Today we're going to be doing a full body intermediate flow. We're going to be using the squish ball. We're going to be having our bar down all the way if we can. And then also we're going to have a platform extender, or we're going to have a squish pad if you can. If you don't have that, maybe bunch up a mat. You could also do that as well. All right, well, let's get started. We're going to be starting standing up with our feet hip width apart just to get our spine warm. Arms come down towards your side. You're going to start to nod your chin towards your chest, round your shoulders forward, scoop your belly around your back, and dive down towards the floor. Arms are reaching and head is reaching down straight towards the floor. You're going to say no with your head from one side to the other, releasing through the cervical spine. And then back to center, we roll all the way up, restacking those bones. Last to be the head, and then roll the shoulders back a few times. We'll do that again, nodding the chin towards the chest, scoop the belly around the back, dive forward, let those arms hang, head hang. Say no with your head from one side to the other, releasing through the cervical spine there. And then back to center, we roll all the way up, restacking those bones. Last to be the head, and then roll the shoulders back a few times. We're going to reach our arms out wide to the side. Good. And we'll go up and over into our lateral side bend, stretching into that side body. Good. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, reach it up and over to the other side. Good. Continue that flow from one side to the other. And if you want to hold it there for a second or two, go for it. This is your flow today. I'll do one more. And then we'll come up, grow tall, arms reach out towards the sides. Or like me, I don't have a lot of space, so I'm going to bend my elbows here into my cactus. We're going to rotate your head, shoulders, chest, and arms towards the one side. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, rotate to the other side. Good, getting that full spinal rotation. Try to keep your hips exactly where they are, locking out your lower half and rotating through that thoracic spine, like you're wringing out your spine and your core like a wet towel there. Good, we'll do one more. And then we'll come back to center, release those arms there. We're gonna get started with 2 reds and 1 blue. You're gonna grab a hold of your squish ball and make your way onto your bum facing your bar here. Your heels are gonna come onto the bar that is put it down all the way to as far as it can go. Okay, and then you're gonna scoot your bum all the way to the very top of your carriage there, like close to the edge, almost like you're about to fall off. Okay, we don't want to be up against the shoulder blocks when we roll down. So when we go down, we're going to bring that ball underneath our upper middle back there. Okay, and when you go down, if you're up against your shoulder blocks, just take that second to wiggle away closer towards your bar so that you have a little bit more space for your shoulders to be able to move there. The ball should be like lifting you up, essentially. So we're going to bring our hands behind our head, creating a basket with our hands. Let the elbows wing out towards the sides and let that head just drop into the basket that you've created, releasing that neck tension. So we don't want to carry that weight of the head into our neck. We want to be really into our core for this. All right, and then feel that bony part, your sacrum and tail, into that carriage there. We're going to take an inhale through the nose to prep. Let the head go back, open up through your chest. Good. Exhale, push into your back ribs. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders up. Come up into your scoop. Good. Inhale, let the head go back. Fill up the lungs. Good. Exhale, push into your back ribs, almost like you're imprinting as well. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders up. Come up into your scoop. Good. Again, continue through that flow. The next time you come up into your scoop, can you hold that scoop there for 2 seconds? Really thinking about your heart shining towards your hips and pulling those abdominals tight, tight, tight in towards your spine, and almost like you're pushing them down in towards the carriage there. Good. Continue. Good. Know that you have your heels as your anchor point. You also have your sacrum as your anchor point. But your sacrum and your tail area are the only ones that are going to be there forever. We're going to be lifting up our feet in a second. Good. So just take note that pressure going in towards that sacrum so you feel secure and supported and balanced. Good. The next time you come up into your scoop, can we lift the right leg up to tabletop? Knee stacks over the hips, shins parallel, toes are pointed. And then lower the head back, lower the foot down. Good. We lift up into our scoop. We lift the left leg up to tabletop. Good. Lower back down with control. Good. Every single time you come up to the top, you want to feel that rib to hip connection. Good. Really pulling the abdominals tight, tight, tight in towards your spine there. Good. Let's go 2 more, and then I'm going to add on. I love an add-on. I love a layer. Good. The next time you come up into your scoop, okay, you are going to cross your opposite elbow to the opposite knee. Okay, and then you're going to take that same side elbow to the knee. Cross opposite elbow, opposite knee. Come back to center and then lower back down. Good. So we lift the leg up to tabletop. We come up into our scoop. We cross opposite elbow, opposite knee. We go same elbow, same knee. Opposite elbow, opposite knee. Back to center and lower back down. So we're doing it 3 times. We're twisting 3 times before we lower down and lower the foot down. Okay, and switch. Got to remember to find that breath. So we inhale as we lower. Exhale as we lift. Rotate from one elbow to the other elbow to the other elbow. Back to center and lower back down. Good. My core is already burning. I hope yours is too. Good. Try not to whip through this movement here. We're taking it slow and controlled. Really finding that time under tension of the muscle and finding that mind-body muscle connection. Good. Make sure that head is in your hands there. Don't let your neck take on that weight. Let's just go 1 more each side. Last one. Good, back down. Now we're gonna come up into our scoop. Bring both legs up to tabletop. Really feel your core is pulling in towards your spine. We're gonna extend the right leg out to a 45 and then tuck it back in. Inhale. Good, exhale, reach that left leg out towards a 45. Inhale, tuck it back in. Good, exhale, reach. Inhale, tuck. Whoo, my core is on fire. Find your breath. Let's go 4. For 3. Nice for 2. And last one, we tuck it back in. We lower the feet down, let the head go back. Open up through the chest and your ribs there. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Take that ball out from your back and then lay your back flat onto the mat and then come up into the shoulder blocks there. You're gonna bring the ball in towards your hands and then from there, bring your feet onto your platform, your squishy pad there. Make sure a little bit more of your heel that is on the squish pad than your ball of your foot, but I mean, if you have a platform that you can put your whole foot on, amazing, that's awesome. Okay, let's put that ball in between the meaty part of our inner thighs. Give that ball like a 25% squeeze. And then if you have your knees bowing in towards each other more than your heels are coming in, can you just wiggle your heels in just a little bit so your knees and your heels and your hips are all lining up together. Arms are gonna firmly plant down in towards the carriage, okay? Wide and heavy across the chest and shoulder area. Good, we're gonna start with our tail tucks, or our pelvis tucks here before we go up into our articulations. So from here, we're gonna rock the pelvis away from you, arch the lower back, and stick your tail into the carriage there. And then rock your pelvis in towards you, imprint your lower back, scoop out your core. You already have practice of scooping out your core. This one should be a little bit more on the easier side so we can find that engagement. Good. Rock your pelvis in towards you, imprint your lower back, scoop out your core. Rock your pelvis away from you, arch that back, stick that tail. We'll do that a couple more times just to get familiar with the pelvis here. The next time you rock your pelvis in towards you, imprinting your lower back, scooping out your core, you're gonna start to dig into your heels, start to peel the glutes up off the carriage, peel your lower back, middle back, upper back, and we hold all the way up into our neutral spine, into our glute bridge. So our knees are gonna line up with our hips, are gonna line up with our ribs. We're gonna knit the ribs in, tighten through the core, and squeeze into those glutes. From there, we peel or melt ourselves back down, finding our C shape, tucking in our tail. Good. From there, we rock the pelvis away from you, arch the back, stick the tail. Rock your pelvis in towards you, imprint your lower back, scoop out the core, start to lift and peel the glutes up off the carriage. Peel your lower back, middle back, upper back, and we hold the top into that neutral spine. Again, you're finding that knee, hip, rib all lining up together, gauging the core, pulling the ribs in, and tightening through the glutes. From there, you tuck in your tail and start to melt your spine back down onto the mat, one vertebrae at a time, last to be the bum. Good, continue that flow. Because we don't have our heels up onto the bar, it feels like we are limited in our space, which we are. So we have to take this a lot slower pace so we can really find that C shape of our spine and find that articulation. Good. Don't forget your breath here. We inhale as we lower. We exhale as we lift. And as you exhale, draw that core in, tighten through the glutes. Inhale, lower back down. Keep that ball 25% squeeze if you can. Get a light little squeeze just to keep the activation in our inner thighs happening. Good. Think about digging into those heels and pushing your knees up and over the ankles towards your bar there as you lift up. It's going to help you stay in your lower half. The next time you come to the top and find that neutral spine, can you hold it here? From here, we're going to hinge from the hips, lower the bum down all the way, tap the booty, and then lift back up into that neutral spine, digging into those heels. Good. We lower down, hinging at the hips. Lift up, press those hips back up to neutral. Good. Lower down with resistance, lift up with control. So what I mean by that, as we come down, we're not just dropping that bum down. Okay, we're thinking about slowly coming down, building up tension on the muscles and the legs. Good, and then as we lift up, we're not lifting up super quickly that we're rebounding at the top with lack of control. We're controlled and we come up firmly like we're hitting a brick wall. And that brick wall is your core, your glutes, and your ribs. Good. The next time we come up to the top, can you hold? We're going to squeeze that ball 100% between the inner thighs. Release a little tension back to 25% and then lower back down. Good. We lift to neutral. Good. Squeeze, release, and then lower back down. Good. Now, with this lower level with our feet, we have a tendency to open up our ribs a lot and open up our chest a lot. I want you to really focus on knitting those ribs in, like you're pinching them together every single time you come up to the top. Good. Let's go 4 more. For 3. For 2. Last one, we hold at the top, okay? Find that tightness in your glutes, pull in your core, and tighten through the ribs here, okay? From here, we're gonna squeeze and release that ball. Squeeze and release 100% if we can. Good, really igniting through those inner thighs. Not just a light little pulse of that ball, we're igniting them, really lifting the inner thighs up and in, squeezing through the inner thighs, lifting up through the base of our body, that pelvic floor, and into the deep core here. Let's go 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and then we're gonna hold it. Last one, we hold and squeeze that ball as tight as we can. We lower the bum down an inch, lift up an inch, little pulses. Controlled pulses here. Good. Digging into those heels, those backs of our arms, and we're pulling that core in. Let's go 8. For 7. Good. For 6. For 5. For 4. For 3. For 2. And 1. We lower back down. Now take that ball out, bring it in between both of your hands and reach those arms up to the ceiling. From there, we're gonna lift up into our glute bridge. From there, we're gonna shift our weight into the right foot, take our left foot up off the carriage, and take that left ankle and cross it onto your right knee. Turn your left knee out to the side into your figure 4 position. Now lift both your hips up, finding your hip bones lining up with each other. From there, we're gonna hinge from the hips. We lower the bum down all the way. And then lift back up, digging into that heel, squeezing through both of your cheeks so we can keep that pelvis neutral and keep our hip bones leveled here. Good, because when we go into a single leg, we have a tendency to drop that other hip, which we lack. Okay, we get nothing from that. So we want to keep both our hips leveled. Good, our pelvis neutral, and both of our glutes are being squeezed at the top there. Good, you have 5 more. Good, for 4. Nice, for 3. For 2, and then we're gonna hold it. Last one, we hold to the top and in that neutral. We extend that left leg up to the ceiling, point your toes and stretch through the leg. We lower the bum down an inch, lift up an inch. Little pulses. Think about reaching your toes up and towards your ceiling. Good. Digging through that right heel for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Hold. Lower the heel down. We'll switch to the other side. So take that right foot off. We'll cross that right ankle over the left knee. Figure 4 position. If you need to take a break, that's okay. Okay, and then find that neutral pelvis. So where both of our hips are lining up together, we're squeezing tight through both of our glutes. From here, we hinge from the hips. We lower the bum down all the way, creasing at the front of the hip. And then we lift back up. We press into that left foot and we squeeze through both the glutes to come back up into that neutral. We lower back down. Good. You guys are doing amazing. I already know it. Good. Find that breath. Do not be holding that breath. Good. Take up space, always. Good. Let's go 5 more. Good. For 4. Good. For 3. Keep reaching through those arms. For 2. Last one, we lift and hold. Find the neutral pelvis. Squeeze into both your glutes. And then we extend the right leg up towards the ceiling. Point your toes. Little pulses up and down. Reaching your toes up and towards the ceiling as you dig your left heel in towards the mat to really push away. Digging into that glute. You got 8. For 7. For 6. Draw that core in. For 5. For 4. For 3. For 2, and 1, we lower all the way back down. Rock your knees from one side to the other, releasing through that lower half there. And then find length through the back of your legs. They've taken a beating already. And then if you want a deeper stretch, you can hook your arms behind the legs and pull towards your face just to really get that nice big stretch there. Take a breath while you're here. All right. We are going to make our way up and we're going to come to the right side of our carriage, okay? So as we come up, turn to the right, put our feet down onto the floor, and you're going to take that ball, just tuck it away so it's out of our space there, and we're going to bring it down to 1 blue spring. Take off the rest, okay? We're going to make our way up into standing, facing our bar. From here, we're going to bring our right foot down onto the floor beside the carriage, right underneath the bar where like the knob, like the handle, what am I saying? Kind of where like the attachment comes out with the bar there, okay? I like to put my foot there. And then I'm going to shift my weight into my right foot and tuck my left toes onto the carriage. My heel, my ball, my foot are resting against the shoulder block there. Arms are gonna come down towards your sides and your knees lifted up off the carriage there. You're looking in front of you. We're gonna roll your shoulders down and back your back there, kind of lock out into the lats, pull your ribs in, tighten through your core, and then your left hip needs to line up with your right one. So kind of push it forward to line up with your right one so you're squared off and you're actively using your glute. From here, we're gonna go into our lunge, okay? So we're gonna bend through the front leg, press and stretch that back leg away from you as we hinge forward over our front leg, okay? You're on that nice diagonal with your spine. And then you're gonna dig into your front foot, slowly come all the way back up and in, pulling that back knee into return. Good, exhale, bend through your front leg, extend through your back leg. We hinge forward on that long line to our tippy bird or arabesque lunge. Good, we dig into that front foot, control the carriage coming back in. Good, let's add some arms here. So we go down into our lunge, arms sweep above our head, long line from our fingers to our heel, and then we dig into that front foot, we pull ourselves back up to straight look in front of you. Good, keep the chest open. Continue through your flow. Good. I want you to think about your pelvic floor turning to face the back. Okay, if we were going straight down and you're keeping our chest lifted, our pelvic floor would be going straight down to the floor, but we're on an angle. So we're thinking about shining our pelvic floor towards the back of our carriage there. You got it. That foot that's on the floor, I want you to think about spreading your toes, spreading the ball of your foot and heavy into your heel. Find all four corners of your foot to feel stable. Okay, the next time you go down into your lunge, can you hold it there for me? Good, stabilize your lower half. We're gonna sweep the right arm towards the back, look at it and rotate. Good, back to center and come back up with control. Good, we lower down. Sweep that right arm down towards the floor, towards the back, rotate through your spine, back to center and come back up with control here. So what I'm starting to do is challenge your balance and stability to adding in a rotation to throw you off a little bit. But what's happening is you're gaining those stability muscles, okay? You're getting stability in the movement in your body, finding a lot more balance and control. Good. Let's go 3 more. Is anyone else starting to sweat? I'm dying. Whew. Good. The next time we go down into that lunge, we hold. Stabilize that lower half. We sweep that right arm down and back towards the back to center without coming up. You can always drop that knee down to the carriage if you need that support. No, that's always an option. You have 3 more. Good, for 2. Last one. And then we come all the way up. Woo! Tap out that bum if you need to. We're gonna make our way down onto our knees facing our bar here. Both of our feet are gonna tuck against the shoulder blocks. And we're gonna bring our hands shoulder width apart onto our platform here with our squish pad underneath. Fingertips are spread as much as we can so we can feel the length of our hand, okay, and the width of our hand as well. So from here, we're gonna bring our shoulders over our wrist. Knees will be underneath our hips just to start off with. We're gonna press out of our upper body, so like pressing the carriage away. Roll your shoulders back and down your back, and then lift the ribs up and in, lift the abs up and in. From there, we're gonna stretch the knees out into our modified plank here. We squeeze into the glutes. From there, we tuck the knees in, scoop the belly, feel your lower abdominals turn on. So between your 2 hip bones, pushing down and in and squeezing that space. Exhale, we press out. Good, inhale, we tuck back in. Good. Head reaches long, don't look at your feet. Don't look at your knees. And every single time you press out into that modified plank, I want you to really think about locking up, like you're hitting a brick wall. So you're squeezing into your glutes, you're thrusting your hips forward, drawing into the abdominal muscles, and you can't go anywhere else. Good, you can't go lower, you're hitting like a brick wall. Good, if you want to stay here, amazing, you stay here. Okay, but I'm going to challenge you even a little bit more. Okay, so the next time you slide out, can you hold it? Make sure your toes are tucked properly. We're gonna pop the knees up. Good, from there we tuck the knees into our scooter. Exhale, press all the way back out into a long line. Thinking about zipping up through the middle of the body. Good, inhale, we bend, tuck in. Exhale, we press all the way back out. Good, keep your shoulders over your wrist. Good, keep pushing away from the platform here. Good, you have 5 more. Always have the option, drop those knees. For 4, for 3, for 2, last one, we hold the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We drop the knees. Good, send that bum back. Reach those arms long and drop your chest. Take a breath. Good, coming all the way up. Maybe you just want to shake out those wrists or roll out your shoulders. From there, we're gonna go right to the next side, okay? So we're gonna slide off towards the left this time. We're gonna bring our left foot down beside the carriage, okay? And our right toes are gonna tuck onto the carriage and our ball of our foot and heel are up onto the shoulder block. We're gonna pop that knee up, arms come down towards your sides. You're going to roll your shoulders back and down your back, pull the ribs in, tighten through the core, and then you're going to push your right hip forward this time in line with your left one, so you're squared off properly. From here, we'll take a nice deep breath into the nose. Exhale, bend through the front leg and press away the back leg and hinge forward over that front leg. You're finding a long line from your head to your heel. Good, and then you dig into that front foot, slowly come back up with control. Arms come down. Good, exhale, press out into that lunge. Arms sweep above our head, long line. Lower the arms down as you pull back in with control. Good. Now your foot that's on the floor, I want you to spread your toes. Spread the ball of your foot heavy into your heel. Find all 4 corners of your feet there. Good. On a lighter spring load, okay, we have to take our time with it to build any sort of tension up on the muscle and up on the body and up on the carriage there. So we slow the movement down, and that's when we start to build it. Okay, if we whip through a light load, okay, we don't really get any time or tension in the body there. So slowing it down, finding control. Good, let's go 2 more, and then I'm gonna start to add on here. Good, keep that right hip pushing forward. The next time we go down into that lunge, you're gonna hold the lunge. Stabilize your lower half, don't move it. Sweep that left arm towards the floor, rotate and twist to the back. Reach, back to center, and we come back up with control. Good. Pressing out, we reach. Sweep that left arm towards the floor, towards the back. Look at it and rotate. Ooh, I got myself there. Come all the way back up. Good, it's hard to engage your core and talk at the same time. Whew. But that's what you want to do. You have to have that core engaged so that when you rotate, you're feeling way more centered in your body and control through your body there. You always want to come back to that core when you need that control and stability. Good, let's go 3 more. Try not to dump your chest over either. We want to be on that long diagonal. For 2. Keep that front knee over the ankle. Don't let it travel with you. Last one, we hold it down there. Stabilize your lower half. We sweep that left arm down and back. Rotate. Back to center. Don't come up. Okay, have that option to drop the right knee if you need that support. Good. Woo! The build up is happening. It's happening for me. I don't know if it's happening for you, but it's happening for me. Good. Let's go 3. Nice. For 2. Last one. And we come all the way back in. Tap it out. Give it a little tap. Good. Okay, so we're gonna drop it down to 1 yellow spring, so your light spring there, and then take off that blue. You're gonna turn in to face your carriage. Okay, come onto your knees there. Okay, we'll go into low kneeling to start off with, so tops of our feet are flat, bum is on our heels, and we're gonna come closer towards our bar than we are towards our shoulder block. So we're gonna come on the back half of the carriage there. Okay, knees are gonna be hip width apart, and then you're gonna reach beside you and grab a hold of your long loop. We're gonna take that long loop in towards our left hand, so cross that body, and then bring it in front of your chest. From there, that strap is going to be on the top of your palm there, and you're going to flip your palm up towards the ceiling. You're going to flip your right arm or right palm up to the ceiling, and then tuck your elbows tight in towards your sides of your ribs, and then arms are going to come out onto a 45-degree angle. Okay. Roll your shoulders back and down your back, and then pinch into your shoulder blades or pinch into those lats there. Pull those ribs in and draw into that core. We inhale to prep, exhale, push those arms up and out on that angle, that diagonal into your Y. And then elbows bend, tuck them back into your side body. Good. Exhale, we press the arms up into that Y. Inhale, we glide back in with control. Good. Continue through your flow. Now, if it's really uncomfortable to be on your knees like this, okay, or if you want more of a challenge, you could come up into your tall kneeling. So it's gonna add a little bit more of a challenge to it because it adds more height. But for some, it might be a little bit more comfortable as well. Good. If you're up into tall kneeling, can you think about squeezing into the glutes, tucking in your tail, drawing into that core and really stabilizing that lower half? You have 2 more. Last one, we press the arms out and hold the extension. Flip your palms down. Thumb is gonna come underneath the strap, and the strap is gonna come on the top of your left palm. From there, we chop our hands in towards your chest, bending at the elbow. Exhale, press those arms back out into your T. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Bend the elbows, chop the hands in towards your chest. Exhale, press the arms back out in towards your T. Good. And when you're going out into that T, you really wanna feel the shoulder blades connect at the back there, getting those rhomboid muscles, those posterior chain muscles. Good. Find your breath, find your core. Let's go 3. Nice. For 2. Last one, we reach the arms out, okay? If you're in your tall kneeling, you're gonna laterally side bend over towards your shoulder block with your right hand. If you're not, you're gonna bring your hand down onto your headrest. From there, drive your left elbow straight up to the ceiling above your head, and then rotate your palm up, okay? From there, thrust your hips forward if you're in your tall kneeling and squeeze into the glutes and draw into the core. From there, we extend the left arm straight up to the ceiling, squeezing into the back of our arm to that tricep. And then from there, we bend through the elbow, lower the forearm, lower the hand down. Okay, but we're keeping that elbow, okay, reaching up towards the ceiling, keeping the elbow stable. So she's not moving other than bending, okay? So you're hinging the forearm up and down, getting into that tricep. Good. Always have the option to bring your bum down if you need to. Good, you got 5 more. Good, find your breath. You can look down if you need to. Good. For 3. For 2. And last one. We can lower the arm down, lower the bum down. Don't hook up the strap, okay? But you can just take that second to roll out your shoulders. Roll out the neck, whatever you need to. Now, we're keeping the strap into our hand and we're gonna step off our carriage forward. So I like to hold onto the shoulder block as I step my foot forward, just for a little bit of support. And then I'm gonna turn to face the back, okay? Now, we're gonna go into our leg sweeps, facing the back, okay? We are gonna come about, I'd say 3/4 the way back, depending on what kind of carriage you have, but between the shoulder blocks and your poles there, I'm gonna come 3/4 the way back. And then I'm gonna direct my toes into the center between those two poles there on that diagonal. And then because I have my straps are a little longer, I'm gonna take the short loop onto the bottom of my left foot, so my outside foot there. Good. And then I'm gonna tap my toes down onto the floor and tuck my toes and heel will be lifted. From there, okay, I'm gonna hinge forward and grab a hold or just lightly tap my hand onto the pole that's closest towards me, okay? Other hand will be on my hip. From there, I'm gonna do a little bend into my right knee, okay? I'm stabilizing it. Spread my toes, spread the ball of my foot heavy into my heel, and then I'm gonna pick up my left foot, flex my foot, inhale to prep, exhale, press that leg directly behind you. Inhale, glide back in with control. Good, exhale, kick that leg directly behind you. Inhale, come back in with control. So I want you to think about keeping both your hip bones down for this, okay? Like you have two flashlights on your hip bones and you gotta see down, okay? You wanna think about keeping that core up and in and try not to lean too much into your pole. Have majority of the tension building up into your standing leg, okay? A muscle doesn't have to move to be working, okay? And this is where stability comes in. So you're stabilizing that lower leg as you mobilize that top leg. Every single time you kick that leg back, I want you to think like you're getting into the crease of your glute there. So between the cheek and your hamstring, get into that crease. You got 4 more. Good, for 3. For 2, find that breath. Last one, kick that leg and hold the extension. Point your toes. We sweep it down to the floor and then sweep it up behind us. Sweep it down to the floor, sweep it up behind us. Good, keep both your hip bones tracking down. You got it. Good, my standing leg, she's going crazy. Good, find that breath. Good, you got 4 more. For 3. Nice, for 2, keep that standing leg bent. Last one, tap the toes down. Now, bring your right hand onto the pole. Rotate your toes towards the right as well. Open up your chest, your head, and your hips towards the right. Or I guess that's the left. Just kidding. Everything's turning to the left. Bring your left hand onto your hip and then ground down into your right foot. Flex into your left foot and we sweep that leg off to the side. So we're still sweeping back, but we're sweeping on that diagonal, okay? So we can get into the side of our glute. So every single time you sweep that leg back, you want to be squeezing into that side of your glute. Feel that crease. Good, stay bent and stable through your right leg. Good, you got 5 more. For 4. For 3. For 2. And last one, we lower all the way back down. Oh my gosh, my glute was gonna give out there. Okay, release that strap and hook it up. I can never tell, like, is it through the movement or is it the workout I did yesterday, the day before? It's all a combination. Good, so from there, you're gonna come in front of your carriage and we're gonna go this other side, but we're gonna do our arms first. So turn into your carriage, come onto your knees there into low kneeling, closer towards your bar. So you want lots of space between your thigh and the shoulder block there. Knees are gonna be hip width apart. Tops of the feet are flat and your bum is gonna be on those heels there. If you already know that you need to be in the tall kneeling, go for it right away. We're gonna grab a hold of our long loop, cross the body in towards that right hand, flip the palm up so the strap is on the top of the palm there. And then you're gonna do with both arms, tuck your elbows tight into the sides of your ribs. Palms are facing up and they're lifted on a diagonal, so like a 45-degree angle. You're gonna roll your shoulders back and down your back, pull your ribs in, tighten through your core. Inhale to prep, exhale, push your arms out into our Y, pressing from our chest, shoulders, armpits. Inhale, come back in, squeezing into that back body. Feel the back body engage. Good, exhale, press it up into that Y. Good, inhale, tuck it back in. Good. If you want that challenge now, okay, come up onto those knees. Stacking shoulders over hips, hips over knees. Good. If not, you're going to stay down. That's okay. Honor your body and where you're at. Okay, you always want to honor that body. Okay, and I'm honoring my body. I'm sitting down. Good. Think about that top delt there. Woo, the top of your shoulder, the front of your shoulder, the back of your shoulder. You're working a lot right now. Let's go 4. Good. Pushing through the top of that shoulder, through the pec. And then as you come back in, we're squeezing that back body, pulling those elbows tight in towards your spine and really getting into the crease of that elbow, into that bicep. Let's go 4 more. Good for 3. Nice for 2. Last one, let's press the arms out, reach your arms out into a T, flip your palms down. From there, get your thumb underneath the strap, and the strap is on top of the hand now. Okay, from there, we're gonna chop our hands in towards our chest, elbows bend, press the arms back out in towards our T, feel the shoulder blades pinch together. Good, inhale, bend through the elbows, keep those elbows out there. Okay, you're just creasing at the elbows here, chopping your hands into your chest, and then pressing the arms back out. Once again, if you want that challenge, you can come up into tall kneeling, stacking shoulders over hips, hips over knees. If not, just stay down, that's totally cool. But think about bringing those ribs in, tightening through that core, so bringing that core tight in towards your spine to stabilize your body here. Let's go 3 more. Good, for 2, find that breath. Nice. Last one, reach your arms out into a T. We're gonna laterally side bend over towards our shoulder block if you're in tall kneeling, or headrest if you're on your low kneeling here. Drive your arm up towards ceiling above your head. Keep your elbow lifted above your head and stabilize that elbow. From there, we're gonna bend through the elbow, lower the forearm down, lower the head down, and then press that arm all the way back up into that long line, squeezing into the back of our arm. Good. We hinge from the elbow, we lower the forearm down. Exhale, we press that arm all the way back up. If you're in tall kneeling, think about squeezing through the glutes, tucking in that tail, and thrusting those hips forward, engaging through those obliques. If you're staying down, think about engaging through those obliques. Keep that back body tight. Good. You have 5 more. Good. For 4, nothing like a tricep extension to get that arm feeling like a wet noodle. Good, for 2. Last one. Bring it up. Good, and then lower it back down. Good. Don't hook up your strap, but just take that second to roll your shoulders out if that feels necessary, which it always does. Okay. From here, we're going to slide forward off of our carriage, bring your hand onto the shoulder block just so you have something to kind of help support yourself lifting up because it's a light spring load. Keep that strap in your outside hand, which is your right hand there, and rotate towards the back of your carriage, towards your poles. Okay, you are going to come about 3/4 the way back from between your poles and your shoulder blocks there and rotate your toes in to face those poles. Take that short loop or long loop. I'm going to do short loop just because of how long my straps are, onto the bottom of your outside foot, which is your right foot, and then tuck your toes onto the floor and take your foot step back so you have some tension on the straps there. Okay, or the ropes. From there, we're gonna do a hinge forward, folding at the front of the hip there. And we're gonna reach forward with our right hand or left hand, whatever, onto that pole. We're not gonna let the weight dump into our hand, okay, or shoulder, chest. We're gonna keep that weight directed into that left leg here. Bring your right hand onto your hip or your left hand onto your hip. Good. And then from here, rotate both your hips down towards the floor, draw your core in, pull your ribs up and in. We're going to hover that right foot up off the floor and flex your foot. Inhale to prep, exhale, kick that leg directly back on that angle there behind your body. Inhale, come back and return. Good, so we're not pushing towards the bar, we're pushing behind our body, which is on a diagonal slant. Good. Keep that left leg bent. Good. She's grounded. She's connected. Spread your toes. Spread the ball of your foot heavy into your heel. Good, and every single time you kick that right leg back, I want you to really get into that glute. So squeezing that glute like a fist and feeling that crease underneath the glute to hamstring connection. Keep both your hip bones tracking down like you have those two flashlights on your hips here. You got 4 more. Try not to dump your weight into your hand. For 3, keep that weight into that standing leg. For 2, and 1, extend the leg and hold the extension, point your toes, we tap it down to the floor. And then we sweep the leg back up, squeezing into the glute, we tap it down. Sweep it up, good. Draw that core in toward your spine, don't let it go. Find your breath, do not hold your breath. Never hold your breath. Take up space in this class, take up space always, and breathe. Whew. That standing leg, she might hurt a little bit more. Okay, that's okay. Know that that is what the goal is here. Let's go 4 more. Good, for 3. Nice, for 2. Last one, we sweep up, lower the toes down. Now, switch the weight into the left hand there, and then rotate your toes, chest, and hips off to the right. Keep a little bend in your left leg, and then flex your right foot. Okay, from there, we sweep that leg out towards the side, squeezing into the side of the glute. Good, and then lower it back down. Good, keep that core tight. Find your breath. Keep that standing leg bent. That's the hardest part. Good. Every single time you sweep that leg off to the side, you get into the crease of the side of your glute for 5 more. Good, for 4. For 3. Nice, for 2. Last one. And we lower back down. Okay, you can hook up that strap, shake your body out, shake out the legs, maybe give it a little hit, a little good job booty. And then we're gonna make our way in front of our bar facing our carriage there. Okay, we're gonna drop it up or bring it up to 1 blue spring, take off that yellow, okay? And then from here, you're gonna bring your hands down on the back half of your carriage there and then bring your knees on to the platform. Okay, I'm gonna walk my hands up just a little bit more, okay? And I'm gonna stay on my hands, but you're more than welcome to come down on your forearms if you need to. So your hands are gonna be shoulder width apart, okay? Spread your fingertips as wide as you can. Shoulders are coming over the wrist, okay? And then from there, roll your shoulders back and down, pull those ribs up and in, pull those abs up and in. From there, we slide out into our modified plank. We kind of did this earlier, okay? Draw into that core, squeeze into those glutes. From there, we pull back in. Just to get comfortable with this movement here, we press out. Good, hit like a brick wall. We come back in. Good, let's go 2. Last one, we press out and we hold, okay? So slide out and hold that there. Lock out your lower half, squeeze into your glutes, draw into your core. From there, we are gonna go into our retraction and protraction. So from here, we're gonna draw the chest, feel your shoulder blades connect at the back. Then we're gonna press out of our carriage, feel like your shoulder blades are spreading apart. Good. Drop the chest. Feel your shoulder blades connect. Push away. Feel them spread apart. Good. Again, you can do this on your forearms if you feel like that's a little bit better for you. Good. You got 5 more. For 4. For 3. For 2. And 1, press away, hold. Now slide the carriage away from you, out from underneath the shoulders, and then slide the carriage back underneath the shoulders. Really stretching in the outside of our body there, squeezing into those obliques, drawing into that core. Good. Don't let that bum come up. She stays pushing forward, squeezing through the glutes. You got this. And you're going always as far as you feel comfortable going. If you don't feel comfortable going really far out, don't. That's okay. Honor your body, where you're at. Okay, let's go 4 more. Really feeling into those shoulders there, pushing away into the top of the shoulder, pulling back in. Feel the shoulder blades connect. For 3. And then I have a nice little surprise for you at the end for 2. And last one, bring the hands underneath the shoulders again and lock out through the body. Draw your core in. From there, push up. Okay, we're gonna bend through the elbows, drop the chest, push away from the carriage and lift back up. Good. If you just want to go maybe an inch down or halfway down, go for it, okay? A push-up is a push-up, okay? We gotta make it, well, we gotta start somewhere, right? And a little fun fact is I could barely do a push-up 2 years ago. Good, you got 5 more. Good, close those ribs in for 4. Good, for 3. Nice. For 2. And last one. You got it. Push up and then send that bum back. Reach those arms long, drop your chest, take a breath. Whoo! You crushed that. Good. All right, guys. From here, walk yourself back onto your feet and then roll yourself all the way up and just give your wrist a quick little release there. From there, we're gonna go into our cool down, okay? So feet are gonna be hip width apart. Okay, we're gonna be right in front of that bar. We're gonna roll forward and bring our hands on the back half of the carriage, like right on the edge, okay? If you feel like you need a little bit of a less spring tension, you can go for a yellow. If not, you are on a blue, okay? From there, take a nice inhale through the nose. Exhale, press the carriage away from you. Come into like a downward dog here. Stretching into the back of the legs, to the upper body. And drop through that head. Maybe even shake it from one side to the other. Good. Inhale, round the back, scoop the belly, slide the carriage in. Exhale, press it back out into that downward dog. Good. Stretching into the back of the leg. We would have put a lot of tension on the back of the leg today, so this is going to feel very, very nice. Good. Slide back in. Continue at your own pace here, especially if you want to hold it for a little longer. Let's just do 2 more. Good. And last one, we're going to hold it out there. Switch your weight into the left hand. Take your right hand over and reach, okay, towards the rail there. And then drop your right shoulder down into the floor. Look towards the left. Good. Take a breath. Exhale, let it go. Good. Come back to center. Slide back in, reset. Good. Slide it out. Switch your weight into the right hand. Take your left hand through and under the right side. Threading the needle. Reach for the pole. Then sink your left shoulder down in towards the floor. Feel the opening of your back body. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Big sigh out. Let it go. Come back to center and then roll all the way back up and in. Release the carriage. Let those arms just dangle and start to roll yourself all the way back up, 1 vertebrae at a time. Last to be the head and then roll the shoulders back a couple times. Your body in this very moment for showing up and crushing this workout, guys. You did amazing and I'm so proud of you. If you like this video, if you like this workout, please subscribe, maybe like and comment. That'd be amazing. And I will see you in the next flow.